I'm going to do Gravitron. And I did Gravitron. And then I got off. I was like, I'm dying. And then I think I did.
Did it stay with you as you got off?
I threw up. And I was like, I just saw it go off the floor. And I was like, that's my anxiety. And I felt fine.
Be gone.
Dude, I was like, I'm going to go upside down because I heard you can go upside down. And I'm slowly like moving sideways. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm fucking dying. This is it. I was like, man, I am dead.
I always thought the guy in the middle looked so rad. I'm like, bro, that's the fucking
yeah, because he's just sitting there staring at you all the time.
Yeah, with fucking normally sunglasses.
He knew I was fucked up.
Yeah, everyone, here we go. Check it out, get your arms down, check it out.
It has come to my attention that a lot of you come here, watch the content, and don't subscribe. And that fact has been proven by those around me with a number figure of 90%. What's going on? You come here every week, you watch, just hit subscribe. That's it. That's all we want. Don't be a dick. Just hit the button.
Thank you for joining us again on the Unemployable podcast. Cam is dead.
I'll try one.
Okay.
Welcome to the Unemployable podcast. Today, joining us, we have Danny, who you all know, and our great, amazing guest, known by many names, Squire, Squirrel, Screw-Ray, Thomas. It's going to be a great episode.
That was way better.
You like that one?
Yeah. Can you turn the mic a little this way? So this motherfucker does swivel. The code word for when you're drifting away from the mic is Chumbawamba. If we say Chumbawamba, everyone's going to know.
Chumbawamba is my childhood.
Exactly. So that, I liked it.
I don't know if everybody knows it, though.
Chumbawamba?
I think it's starting to fade off. I think it's a whole different.
We need to bring it back because I get knocked down. But I got up again. So Squire is living or has lived the life I've always wanted to live. What do I mean? He bought a camper. Is that the right word for it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Trailer. Fancy trailer.
Gotcha. A fancy trailer camper.
Is it mobile?
It is. Well, yeah. It's mobile, yeah.
Dude.
Nice.
I mean, yeah.
You traveling home?
With his family, bro.
What's that?
Traveling home?
Yes. Not anymore, but we did it a while ago. And now it's just staying in a storage facility right now.
Let's go. You and me, bro.
Yeah.
We'll go.
So wait, do you still live in it?
No.
Oh, sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. We
You guys are
do
fighting
summer
when you're
trips and
fighting?
stuff. But when we first bought it we lived out for a year. So yeah, with my teenagers and my 2 cats and my wife.
Did you just think about it all the time and then finally you're like, I'm fucking doing it?
Pretty much. I was like, I grew up in a trailer, so it's home.
Right.
So we decided
Back to the roots.
And I was always like, I'm in a point in my career that I can just travel and tattoo. And then I kind of built foundations around the country, like going to certain spaces to guest spot, and I had clientele. And I was like, I'm going to do this. And we started looking at trailers and stuff. And my wife was like, I'm not sold on this. I don't think I can do this. Then we kind of went up to the better ones. And she's like, okay, I can do this. So
Pop outs and shit?
Yeah. We didn't have a pop out. It was it's the Airstream.
Yeah,
so
I know nothing about that.
So it's
fucking
saying words.
That shit is beautiful.
So it's just a 30-foot aluminum Twinkie kind of.
Yeah.
So we drove down to Fort Myers because we saw one that had. This is me coming in the door. Sorry. We drove down to Fort Myers.
You know Dan?
No.
He shot himself in the hand.
Dang.
And he sliced his fucking finger off.
Right.
Yesterday.
Sounds awesome.
Dan, right there.
Show that hand.
Stop touching. Don't touch it. Don't touch it, Squire.
My boy.
Yeah.
Making lemonade, or are we doing something way cooler?
I was carrying sheet metal.
No, the thing he showed you there, that was the bullet hole.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I was microdosing bullets to make sure that I could be ready for World War III.
Get out of here. Go back in your bunker, you fallout motherfucker. Dude, but John, this isn't just a normal camper. This is what you... Squire, this isn't just a normal camper. Dude, this shit was decked out. Like the ones you see on the Travel Channel and shit.
I'll have to see pictures.
Yeah, we wanted to get something that's like want to break down while we're like in the middle of Texas or something. So we kind of bought everything new because we knew that we weren't going to have a house anymore. We packed everything up, sold what we have, put a little bit of stuff in storage, and I was like, let's just go.
And you said you had teenage kids?
Yeah, at the time, my daughter was like 13 and my son was 10.
Nice.
So yeah.
Now you're
So
done
they
with
were
the
about
military.
it?
Yeah, I mean, my daughter's like, I don't have any things holding me back. Let's do this. So,
Yeah.
and my son, plays on the computer. So,
I wish I could say that shit at 13.
yeah,
I would have weirded out if a 13-year-old said, nah, dude, I got too many responsibilities here.
Yeah.
I can't just travel and go to national parks. and
Go
shit."
on without me.
Yeah, you guys go have fun.
we left Florida, got our trailer, and then we didn't have a truck, so we had to buy a truck after that, and then did everything. And probably about 3 weeks after that, the Austin Invitational was the first year.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the goal. We'll start there. And we had no plans. We didn't know what we're doing. And we just like got in the truck, sat there, and I was like, oh my God, here we fucking go. Like I had a motorcycle in front of the truck because I had the motorcycle so I can drive around. My wife had the truck so she can use it. And drove away and hit like a pole. And I was like, yep, this is the start of the trip.
You hit a pole?
I hit a pole, yeah.
With that pole.
It was like a pole in front of like the waste facility in the park.
Yeah.
It's boom, and it's still like I still ride my bike at that park, and I still see it. And I see that little dent. I was like, oh,
Damn.
Memories.
memories.
So that's how it started.
Yeah, that's how it started. But then I mean, like we estimated it because the convention was like Friday, and we left like Wednesday, and then kept pushing to like Thursday morning. And I was like, okay, 18 hours, just how long it takes to get there, but not taking like. We left. It was like 25 hours to get there because I can't go to speed limit. I go like 60, 70.
Yeah.
And then like we were like Tallahassee area and got gas, got in the truck, and I was looking for something. I was like, my fucking wallet. I was like, motherfucker, I left it on top of the truck.
Oh my
So
God.
like it was already like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was like, I lost my wallet. I was like, this is it. I was like, I can't get a new ID. I don't have a home to get it shipped to. I was like, how am I going to prove my existence?
Yeah, you don't think about that
Yeah.
shit when you're hitting poles.
So it was like 4 o'clock. I'm like Googling stuff in like backwoods Tallahassee, like very the Panhandle, and I found like a DMV that's open till 5. And we pulled into it. It was a school bus, and it was like DMV written on the side. I was like, I don't know about this. I'll try it.
I think we'll go for the next
I
one.
went in there, was out in 10 minutes, had an ID and everything.
Because there were probably no lines.
Yeah, there was no lines. It was a school bus.
It was just underage kids.
It was like
waiting to go inside.
it was like the episode of Office when they're all sitting in the bus doing work. That's totally what it's like. So I got that, and we got the Austin, and
Wait, and they issued you a new ID?
yeah, I got an ID and everything.
At the school bus?
Yeah, in the school bus.
Was Miss fucking Frizzle in there, bro?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I mean, it worked. I still have it. So
It works. He's like scanning it places.
I had to hold it against the sun.
I can't show you my real name's not Squire.
Motherfucker.
But
At
so
what
yeah.
point did you guys want to start documenting it? Because I was following the page.
I want to document it. My wife wanted to document just because, just memories for our kids can look back on.
Yeah.
And
Not to brag.
Not to brag. I mean, I'm not into bragging that much. Like, I look back at it, I still look at the pictures. I'm like, man, that's such a good time. And we've been trying to do it like every summer. Obviously, it's like last couple of summers been shorter trips. Like last summer was like 4 weeks, and before that was like 6 weeks. This year was like 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
my kids are getting older, and they're just kind of getting tired of being camped up in a trailer. So.
Right.
Fuck that. I don't
What
live
are
in there.
the things you look forward to most about the trailer?
I mean, it's just like disconnect. So like, I mean, this year we had Starlink, so we actually use that. We're in the middle of like Utah and stuff, so I can work a little bit on like this office stuff. But
How do you like that?
it's just different because Starlink?
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, we're in the middle of Kodachrome, which is like no reception, and put it up, and I was getting like 150 megs per second, and my Wi-Fi was like titled like Venmo me $5 for it. So
Yeah.
I made like $10.
Worth every penny.
But it's great. I mean, now my son's older. He like just sits there like, I'm bored. And I'm like, well, we can watch some videos now. So
Right.
We're in Alaska, dude.
Yeah.
but we got dirt bikes last year. So like our trip was based around like going dirt biking and stuff around the country. So
Fuck yeah.
a lot of like public land that's out there. We can just camp up and just do stuff.
And
And
how old are you?
43.
43? Jesus.
Oh, wow. You don't look 43.
Yeah.
If I shave my face, all the wrinkles are
You
here.
moisturize your hair?
I do
Not
moisturize.
Silver fox yet?
Thanks. Beard
A little bit.
Because I'm curious, like, how this impacted your career. So, Austin Invitational is number one.
Yeah.
And what do you like? Oh, I'll find some guest spots here?
Yeah, well, I met friends, and I have friends along the country, like I said.
Yeah.
My goal was, like, end up in Portland that's like the very last spot, and then come back. We still had a shop here. I had a shop in Tampa. So
That you own?
Yeah, I owned with 2 other people at the time.
Okay, so you had help running
Yeah,
it.
so we left, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Portland, and then come back. I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to be gone for. And they're like, have fun.
They were just cool with it?
They were cool with it, yeah.
All right,
They're-
nice. Good friends.
if they did the same thing, I'd be like, I'm not going to stop them. I'd be like,
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
be here. And so yeah, the Invitation was the first stop. And like I said, we got in like 8 o'clock in the morning of Friday. I was like, there's no way I can tattoo today. But I tried to like go to sleep, and I couldn't. I was just so hyped. I just stayed for another 24 hours. And I went to the Invitational and just kind of like set up and just talked to people and stuff, but then tattooed the next 2 days. And we stayed in Austin for a month. And my wife planned the rest of the trip from Austin while we were there and doing it. I mean, it was crazy because like I have a motorcycle. I'm driving to the shop every day, and I'm like, I live here now. This is my life. And it was nuts. It was really like it was an experience. And so after that, we went to like Colorado, went to like Till Death, and then Salt Lake City, Vegas, up to like California, and then Portland was the end trip. Yeah.
Do you think your career advanced and grew from doing this?
I would say yes, because it put me outside my like uncomfortable zone. Like now I gotta like hustle a little bit and trying to find guest spots and like around new people all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like if you're just kind of sitting there stagnant with the same people every day and not like putting yourself outwards, like every day I was just like trying to hustle more people, be around people I wasn't like usually being around, drawing more and stuff. So I feel like, yeah, I couldn't do my merch stuff because I didn't have a way to like ship it, which I did. I sold a lot of shirts before I left, and then I had to get it shipped to like Texas and then pack everything up in like Colorado, and then that was a pain in the butt, but
Yeah.
it was fun though.
Fulfillment sucks.
Yeah, fulfillment does suck. I mean, I do everything myself, so like I'm like, can Amazon do this for me? This would be great.
Yeah.
Which I know people that do that.
Do you
but
sell on Amazon?
I don't.
Oh.
I thought about it, but I don't know. I like to be in control of everything, which also is like my downfall a little bit. So, but
They don't need more money, man. It's cool.
yeah.
They're killing it.
I did a presentation about like that whole like leading up to that because I was kind of like going over like my merch stuff and like how I go about my ideas and stuff. And the presentation was leading up to Office Invitational because like I overachieved to try to like put out this product that was awesome, and I was trying to screen stuff myself like tubes and stuff, and it just wasn't working. I ended up like finally ordering them from somebody, and then like I didn't get them in time. We left the house, so I had to like get them shipped from China to like Texas, and then got them there and got these big boxes in a truck and a trailer that I have no room for.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun.
It's on the bunk beds.
It was on the bunk beds. Dude, you guys gotta sleep on the floor tonight. The shirts go here.
Dude, I can relate. So we just did Chicago,
Yeah.
right? And we tried to time our, you always try to time the merch for like conventions and stuff.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So we ended up having these major issues like with the supplier and delayed us like a month. Now at this convention, we had another company essentially set up and pay for an entire pop-up just for our clothing.
Okay. At the convention.
Right.
Okay.
And we had no merch. So like a lot of pressure, right? And like
There's just like little pictures of what you
dude,
get.
no. So,
Empty
no,
clothes
it's
hangers.
like no,
Those
it's
are
like
better than IOUs.
dude, it's like a week before the convention, like making such a big deal, like because we're doing like jewelry and like clothing and like telling everyone like it's exclusive to Chicago convention, like you can only get it
okay.
here. Made a big fucking deal about it.
And you had nothing.
Right? No. Wait. So, and then I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like how is this not here? Like we had months for it to come. All these back and forth, like bullshit with the supplier, and they were trying to, rob us on shipping, just adding like fees. We're like, what? And we've like worked with them for a while. We're like, the new management takeover. So it's like a week before the convention, and they're like, okay, pallets are ready. Like, what the fuck, guys? Like, you have to put all your stuff on the pallets.
Yeah.
And
Where's it coming from?
What's that?
Where's it coming from?
China.
Okay. Like shipped over or flown over?
Don't.
Whatever is faster.
Well, they told me when I order my stuff, they're like, you can get it flown for like $8,000, or we can
Yeah.
ship it to you for $100. I'm like,
Right,
I'll take a
right.
shipment. They're like,
Right.
well, that's like 6 to 12 months. I'm like, oh, okay, fuck, I'll
I
get
can
it
wait.
flown.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an exaggeration, but
So and then So I'm just like, no, it's cool, man. We figured out another form of shipping or whatever.
Cam, you're going to China.
Bro, dude,
Go to the docks.
it fucking gets there the day before we leave, right?
You got shipped to Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, dude, craziness. Because, when it comes in, you have to do inventory.
Yeah.
You have to check everything, make sure it's not messed up because you only have a certain amount of time to whatever. So we're doing all that until like late at night. Like I'm there helping. Then I got to go do shit. I'm putting this dude to finish and all this stuff. We have to go buy bags. We're just like, okay, we're going to check all this stuff. It's going to be way more expensive than it needs to be, right? And we ended up getting there and it was fine, but dude, it's a nightmare sometimes,
It's a nightmare,
bro.
man. Yeah.
We would have got there on like day 2. And as soon as we opened, sold out. You guys got to be here earlier, man.
Sorry.
Should have brought more.
Yes.
That's all me, dog.
Yeah, I do pre-orders for everything, and I always like when I pre-order something, I'm like, pre-order now, you get a little bit extra, and I always do like a sweet package for the pre-order, and then when I put it on my website, it's not as extra, but yeah, that's when over the invitational, I was like, pre-order now, and I made a video, like a 3D animation of everything that's included into it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, leaving my trip, I was like, I don't have anything. And there was like hundreds of people like waiting for stuff. I kept sending emails out like, it's coming, which it was, but I just didn't have anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was stressful, but yeah, I got it fulfilled and it was nice. Like, oh, I got it done. Now what's next?
Right.
That's the thing. And now you feel like since you did all this, you're like, I got to make it better next time.
You're back at the shop?
Yeah, we're
Are
back
you
in
on?
Tampa. So when we got back to Tampa, we closed our other shop down.
You had 2 shops?
We had one shop at the time.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of like, our lease was coming up. Me and the other business owner wanted to do like a different direction.
Yeah.
So we had 3 business owners. One of them did something else, and me and Russell opened our new shop up in Tampa.
Nice.
More like we're in the suburbs at first. We moved to like downtown area.
Cool.
So yeah.
And then how long have you been back there?
Since early 2020.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So it's been a
we
little
got home and then the world went crazy. So, and then.
It did.
Yeah, and that's what kind of like led our idea to like, okay, well, this just changing. I want to change what I'm doing too. So we kind of
Meaning, like, I want to just get a house.
I just want to get
grounded.
out. Our lease is coming up. I was like, it's time for a change. We had that shop for 10 years.
Nice.
So we closed it down, opened up Heart.
What did you change with the new shop?
Just the way it looks. It's different, like
Aesthetic and
aesthetics. Yeah, just the way everything was run. Just a lot more simpler. So
Right.
It was nice.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll, like, open a shop and then it's like you're just kind of stuck in what you built.
Yeah.
Which isn't always bad, but
Yeah.
you have new ideas that maybe wouldn't work.
And that was the thing. Like I had ideas I wanted to do, and I was like, let's do this. And somebody's like, nah. I'm like,
Could you give me some examples?
just decorations, like
Yeah.
this stuff is always like, dude, we got to spend money to make money, man. And like,
Yeah.
we don't want to spend any money. We can do this, and this, and this. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I want to do this. So when we closed the shop down, and me and Russell, I was like, I have great ideas, and you have great ideas. I was like, I think we should just let each other just flow with it. And he's like, I'm down, whatever. I was like, I want neon. So that's the first thing I ordered, is just a heart neon that when you first walk in, you see it.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing we hung in the shop. And I was like, all right, that's all I want. What do you want to do? But yeah, we did it, and it's a smaller shop than we had before, but it's a nice little area.
Cool.
So, but now we're like a couple more years. I was like, we want to do a bigger shop. I was like, do we open a new shop up, or do we keep this shop? Like, I don't know. I like everybody that's been with us we all been tattooing each other for like 20 years.
Yeah.
In like with each other. So, like, I don't want to spread the group apart because we all get along. We all work with each other. It's pretty awesome. So. It's always hard trying to hire somebody that comes in and throws the whole mix off. So it's a constant battle. How was the Chicago convention? Was it fun? I guess not fun, but was it busy?
Yeah, it was busy. It was out of all the conventions I've done in the last year, the people were the most aggressive. So that was like interesting to deal with, which was fine. But like everyone just came in the booth. I even had
Like behind the booth?
Yeah, without asking. And then also like I would have people like I'd be tattooing you on the chair. and a client would just come sit on the chair, and I'd be like, "Whoa, you can't do that.
That's
this is
crazy.
dirty. This is open."
Huge fan, John Nelson.
So, and I never want to like hurt anyone's feelings, and I think it's cool that people are like excited and feel comfortable like that. But at the
It's
same
overwhelming.
honestly, I just feel like I was apologizing to my clients the whole weekend. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna kick them out. I'm so sorry.
We did a Salt Lake City convention the same weekend, a Chicago convention. It was busy as shit too.
Yeah.
But I have merch to sell, and my client's sitting there tattooing it. Can I buy a shirt? Oh yeah, hold on a second. Can I buy a shirt? Hold on a second. So kind of like, I'm sorry. And eventually she's like, I'll just sell them. And she's like, she's getting tattooed. She's like, yeah, they're $40. Just Venmo that money right there. So I was like,
that's
cool.
awesome.
I have great clients, so.
Oh, yeah, man. Especially at a convention,
Yeah.
need the best of the best.
I mean, the Salt Lake City convention's huge too. Like the booths are like 15 by 15. So like you're tattooing in the back and you're like yelling at people and be like, yeah, you want one of those?
Yeah.
But
I'll always try to like bring someone if I can, like someone to help.
Yeah.
Because it can get a lot, and especially if you're like selling merch.
I feel like you can sell a lot more if somebody's sitting there like constantly like, talking to somebody too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to find somebody in the area, but it just didn't work out. I tried to get my wife to come, and she was like, I'm not going to sit there all day and eat dinner at 11 o'clock at night. I was like, okay.
You're like, it's pretty fun.
I buy you a camper or take you everywhere.
All right. Model Citizen used to be cool before Alex started wearing it. Are you tired of being unattractive to everyone around you? Well, not anymore. With the Model Citizen apparel, you'll be beating them off with a stick. Finally, tattoo clothing that is actual quality, that I can wear around and feel good. For real though, the quality of these clothes is top notch. This is like nothing you've ever seen before with a tattoo company. This isn't some Gildan bullshit. These are quality, hand-picked clothing. They have everything from vintage styles, oversized clothes, modern tees. Go to themodelcitizen.com. Get them before Alex does.
Have you ever dealt with anxiety?
Every day.
Every day. Yeah. All right. I had a panic attack
Here?
last week. That was caused by nothing. Hey, people need to talk about this. I'm normally the one talking to everyone here while they're having a panic attack, trying to just relax your breathing. Breathe. You're fine. Nothing's wrong. There's no impending doom.
You're not dying?
And you're not dying, Kyla. You're fine.
Maybe I'm dying.
And then so we just had a manager meeting, and I had coffee, and then I came back and I immediately drank a Red Bull. Wow. But I've done this shit many a times. Granted, I'm a little older.
But that day was the day.
But that day, bro, my heart was beating on my chest. I was so disassociated. I texted Pierce. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be in your room for a little while. I need to be around your fish. And I was in there fucking like, I was on the floor at one point just like, wow, it's going to pass. You're fine.
I haven't had a panic attack in a long time, but yeah, the last time I did, I was on acid, and that kind of sucked. So.
Red Bull.
I mean, I was like 17, but it was the middle of the Florida State Fair, and I was like, I'm gonna take some acid and have some fun. It was not fun.
These clowns.
I was like, I'm gonna do Gravitron, and I did Gravitron, and then I got off. I was like, I'm dying, and then I think I did.
Did it stay with you as you got off?
I threw up, and I was like, I just saw it go off the floor, and I was like, that's my anxiety, and I felt fine.
Be gone.
Dude, I was like, I'm gonna go upside down because I heard you can go upside down. And I'm like, I'm slowly like moving sideways, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm fucking dying. This is it. I was like, maybe I am dead. I am dead. Yeah.
I would lose track of what was upside down and what wasn't.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense. I remember riding the Skywide after that, and just like riding it back and forth, trying to calm down a little bit. That was a crazy night.
I always thought the guy in the middle looked so rad. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, super on. Here we go. Check it out. Get your arms out. Check it out.
That's the fucking
Because he's just sitting there
job.
staring at you all the time.
Yeah, with
And that
fucking
time he
Normie
was just staring at me,
sunglasses.
He knew I was fucked up.
One time I saw this kid like crawling towards me, and I'm like, like he's on the wall, getting close. I'm like, no.
I mean, it was like 99, so we were playing like Cher, Do You Believe in Love, or what song it was.
even
So I was
better.
rocking out.
Simpler times.
It was simpler times. I grew up in Riverview, which is like outside of Gibson, which is like Kearney Central. So I had a lot of friends in high school that were Kearneys that had like Kearneys, and then you have like
Crackheads.
Crackheads, yes. But the carnies they're all
Some are both.
Daywalkers.
traits. But my friend, his parents own like the carnival, like so they own like all these rides and they go through these things. So like they always had it set up in his like field, so we just go ride them at night and stuff. And they had,
sick.
like New Year's parties with all the rides and stuff. So it was fun.
Are you tired of using ink bottles that are spelled correctly? Do you find yourself texting during ad reads for companies? Well, I do, and that's why I use Allegory Black. Are you tired of your black arms looking blue? Do you suck at tattooing and you want to get better? Use Allegory Black. Allegory has normal black and ultra black. Just when you thought it couldn't get any darker, they put out ultra black. Use Allegory ink. It's the best ink on the planet. Go to allegoryink.com and use discount code Unemployable for 20% off. I know, it's crazy. It's so much money. You really should pay full price, but we have a discount code. Right, Alex?
That's right.
You ever got stuck on a red?
No, we like grew up around the Six Flags, so it was like I would take drugs and go there a lot. But it honestly was never good. For some reason, it always sounded good. And like I would hear other people did it, like, oh, like get high and go to parks. It was usually scary and filled with anxiety.
Yeah, I did Molly at Epcot.
Oh,
Molly makes a little more sense. I was taking like acid and weird things.
I always did acid. Like that
Yeah.
was like every weekend I was like acid. And we went to Busch Gardens the last time. Like I took acid and I rode like Kumba, I think it was.
Sheikah?
And I got sick again. You know, I was like, why do this to myself? And then we rode like one of those motion rides, and I got dizzy. And ever since, I can't like ride rides no more. Like I just get dizzy like automatically. Chumbawamba. Sorry.
I remember I did the King Ka on it. You know that?
What is it?
Like
Yeah.
the King Ka, it just goes really fast
Oh,
and then turns
okay.
down
Yeah.
up north. And I just remember like when when you take off, you like feel the pressure in your face. And then that pressure, it felt like my face was like that for like an hour after the ride. Like it would just be these like lingering effects. And I'm like, this is terrible, you know? And then I'm also there with my dad. So having to talk to him in the lines, it's super awkward, you know?
See, that's what I would do if I buy a camper. I'd go to all the parks, like all the theme parks around the nation.
We have passes to Universal, and that's probably the only thing we do. We're closer to it, so it's like an hour and a half to get there.
Did you say you were doing like seminars and teaching
Yeah, we did a couple of them.
about what?
Mine was the last one I did was like tattooing.
Okay.
But before that, it was like on merch.
That's not boring. It's just about tattooing.
That's the thing. Like, I look at this, I'm like, and these people are great tattooers and like that attend it. I'm like, what am I teaching you guys? You guys know all this, but I just feel like I did the last one was on like merch and like how I approach that, and I feel way more comfortable talking about that because I feel like not a lot of people know that. So I feel
Sure.
like I give more knowledge to people.
So first off, where did you do it?
The tattooing was in Dallas.
Okay.
I did it at Electric Fields, and
Just like at a shop?
at a shop. Yeah, it was like
Cool.
a 2-day shop. So I kind of went over like how I approach my tattooing and what makes it stand out, what I do versus like other people, I guess.
And was it kind of like standard like explanation? Maybe you
I did a
tattooed
presentation first,
Okay.
like a little slide thing.
PowerPoint.
I did, and I love PowerPoint. Like when I did my merch one, I learned. I was like, how am I gonna make this stand out a little bit? Because like that's what I want to be known for. So I learned how to like make 3D graphics in PowerPoint and like swinging around and stuff. And then my tattooing one, I was like, oh, make it look like a video. So like an old, like you're flipping through channels of a TV.
Yeah.
And I'm putting all this old nostalgia stuff into it. And then I look in the audience, everybody's like 21, 23
Yeah.
years old. And they're like not getting what I'm getting. Like I had like max headroom in there and all that stuff. And people are like, I don't understand that. I'm like,
Right.
I understand it. So, and then I was like, I spent way too much time on that. Next time I'm not going to do that. But
Do you like doing the seminars?
I do. It's super uncomfortable at first. I sit there and as I'm doing, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm fucking it up. As I'm talking, I'm like, I'm fucking this up. I'm fucking this up. But then it kind of wears off, and you're like, okay, I put myself outside the comfort zone. So that's what you just feel hyped up afterwards.
Yeah. So how did you approach the merch one?
The merch one was just like my initial thought, like how I got into it, because the way I got into merch, the way I wanted to make it stand out was I started doing more conventions, and my table was just empty. And I was like, how can I get more people to get drawn to my table? So I started just making different things and then like making it stand out more. And then I was like, just took that idea and kept going with it.
Right. So you kind of like walk them through the whole process?
Yeah. So like my idea from start to finish, like when I make a design, how am I going to maximize the sale of this one design? Instead of just making a design for a t-shirt, I try to make a design for everybody to buy, not just tattooers. Because that's usually when you go through conventions, is just like a tattoo design somebody drew out one color, put on a t-shirt. I want to approach and make sure to sell to everybody that's like that. So I take that design and maximize it, make stickers out of it, make pins out of it, take elements from the design, make something else out of it, and then I package everything together, and then you can sell it for more. Sell it for $20, you can sell a whole package for like $50 to $100.
Yeah.
So,
and then you said you do pre-orders.
I do pre-orders. Pre-orders covers the cost of the manufacturing usually.
And will you do this just through a website you built, through Shopify?
Yeah, through my website. So
Okay.
like I go have a link, like pre-orders now is live, and I do that, and then I get all those, and then order the shirts, and then I use the money that I make extra to order more stuff.
Sure.
So everything goes back into the business, so I can just keep ordering more stuff.
Because like we've gone through pretty much every. Because I really wanted to do like the drops. You
That's
know?
what I did too.
But they can be hard because you have to build such hype around that one day, you know? And then, or just like, okay, do I leave the website open forever? But then you accumulate all these running costs.
Yeah.
Right?
It's crazy because people want what they can't have.
Yeah.
And if you do a drop, it definitely will get like, that's why I do pre-orders. Just pre-orders is only for this, and you get extra stuff, and they see the stuff that I did already. They're like, oh shit, I want that extra stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like drops are
What's the extra shop?
Usually
Extra
like,
stuff?
usually I try to package the design in a certain way. I brought some stuff, you can check it out too after this. But like this, I had a snake shirt, so I did like a tube that had the snake around the tube, and you open it up and had like a rose pin. The snake had a rose wrapped around it.
Okay.
So you get the pin, it was just a rose. Open it up, you have the shirt that has a snake in the rose, and the tube has just a snake on it. And usually each time, like I did a cassette tape, like a VHS cassette tape with like a skull, like an old 80s theme skull.
Nice.
Open the thing up, pull it out of a tape, and has everything wrapped up into it. So like those little things, and try to use the packaging people can use like for other things, like put your pencils in or something.
Cool.
It's fun.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
And if I feel like it's just, you can step out, like you tattoo every day, you do the same things every day. So this is like my way of expressing myself, even though I'm successful at tattooing, expressing yourself in other ways.
Do you change up every pre-order, like something? different?
I try to do something different.
Yeah. For each order or for each drop?
Each drop.
Each drop?
Yeah.
And then, so you have your pre-orders set up, correct? And then following that, eventually you do a drop? Or you drop the ability to pre-order?
I dropped the ability to pre-order.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. And then I do the picture of everything together and be like, this is what you're going to get now. And that's kind of like the second drop. So it's like two. The pre-order covers the cost of everything, and then there's like the bigger drop. And people that pre-order get a little bit of discount on it. So
Yeah.
because they're helping me out.
I did a pre-order with like a couple things, but the issues that I was having was like we were using Shopify, I think, and they like kind of force you to set up a shipping time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Hold on.
I inspire to have that guy's confidence. Just walking the middle of
Damn.
Jesus.
I barely noticed him at first. He just walked
his
in. I was
hair
like,
is
what the
in
fuck?
He walked in with such confidence. We're like,
Right?
what's he going to
Please,
do?
sir, have a seat.
I know.
Do you use Shopify?
No, I use Squarespace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like forces you to
Fulfill it like automatically.
in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't allow for like an extended pre-order.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, because like I'm about to switch everything up with that because we are creating so many different things and everything's like separate that I need to create like just one landing page that has everything.
Yeah. For Model Citizen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
yeah. And like I'm probably going to like revamp everything, like including the name, and probably just have it more along the lines of like just like John Nelson, and then these are all the items.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Like that. I'm trying to figure out how to like separate my merch from like my name a little bit. Like how we did Model Citizen, just trying to think of a new name that I can like have an exclusive page for that stuff.
Right.
Because I feel like people follow your tattoo work for your tattoos.
Right.
if people will follow your merch for your merch, so you can target people better that way. But I mean, people are going to buy your stuff because it's you too. So it's a tricky area.
Yeah, we just try to like kind of go more with the flow, because initially I was like, oh, I don't want to like. We started and it was like merch, and I was like, I don't want merch. Like I want to do a clothing line.
Yeah.
So that's why we like took on the name of like Model Citizen and moved more into that direction, which is like great. But then I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. Some of my favorite artists, they just have their name as the page, and then they sell all the different products that they have. Yeah. You know, whether it's like sculptures, whether it's art, whether it's and you can just like name the collection. Yeah. You know, or you create a whole another brand. My issue right now is we have so many brands. Yeah. You know, so then it's like, okay, maybe I should just kind of put that into one thing, and it's just like Works by John Nelson. Yeah. If that makes sense. Just like organizing.
It's tricky.
Because I have like product ADD where it's like I like hyper focus for 3 months on one thing. Yeah, right? And then I'm like, cool, this is like working, but I'm bored. Hey, can you keep this going so I can start something else? You know?
Hold this.
Yeah, hold this. Yeah. But then I'll like revisit. I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like we have a clothing company. I'm gonna make some clothes. You know?
Yeah, I always wait 10 to last. I'm like, oh, I'm going to convention next week. I got to get this stuff ready so I can do it. And I just keep putting it off. I'm like, well, it's too late now. Fuck.
Yeah.
So,
do you have a top 3 names you might want to go with?
I don't. It's hard to think of it. I want to go with Hearts and Roses. I have a friend that has a shop, his Bed of Roses, and we're trying to do something together. Is that
Bed of Roses?
Bed of Roses. So I was like, our shop name's Heart. So I was like, oh, we can do Hearts and Roses and have a whole like brand of stuff. I wanted to kind of like bring other artists into it too. So it's like a collective of people that can make stuff that's themed. I think it's been done before, but
Better Hearts.
Better Hearts.
Sounds like a cholesterol.
Better Hearts.
Yeah, but I don't think it should be like a deterrent, just like someone's done it before.
I know. I mean, I'm not deterred by it. It's just, I seen it done. How can I do it better? Kind of thing. Like I want to make it special and extra.
So you must thoroughly enjoy creating the merch and the different things.
I do a lot. And like I said, same thing, I hyper focus on it. And I'll draw the whole thing, get it done, and be like, I'll be going like looking for reference. I see something that's better than what I did, even though it's not the same thing. It's just like, oh, I should approach it that way. Fuck. I should redraw it again. And like, it's this, because I'm not, like I said, I'm trying to sell to everybody. I want everybody to like it.
Right.
So buy it. So yeah, I'll hyper focus on one thing. And that's why I try to make each product like super special. And then I'm trying to like, step out of that and do other stuff besides like shirts. Like try to do some hoodies, some actual jackets.
Nice.
Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. So.
Boxer briefs.
Socks. I want to do some socks.
Socks would be cool.
How much of your time is taken up by the merch?
It's been slowing off a little bit. I've been more on the tattooing side recently. It's like push and pull. We have a new project that we're doing too in Austin during the Invitational. We're doing a whole educational seminars before the educational. Me and Tony, the guy that puts on the Invitational. So that's kind of like a whole new merch thing for me as well, trying to brand that and get it going.
Seminars.
So yeah, so we have like it's a 2-day seminar. So we're getting that ready, getting that branded out and stuff. So that's been taking most of my time up as well.
What can you tell us about it?
It's 2 days, 6 artists. We're starting off, and we're going to start bringing it to other cities and stuff as well.
Cool.
Just something that approaches seminars and like tattoo education differently. Instead of like, we both want, it's a theme into it. Like, instead of people just come to seminars and like everybody's like, I tattoo. This is how I tattoo. Like, we want a full range of like, you learn as much as you can and connect with people as well. It's kind of like break the egos down and kind of like just hang out and learn.
That's really cool. You know, it's been pretty hopeful because I see like more and more people getting involved in the education of it. Yeah. And I think 2 years ago, it was at a point where so many people were becoming tattoo artists.
That's what it is.
Right? And in my opinion, and I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks, in the wrong way. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, this is bullshit. People are doing these fluffy fucking apprenticeships. They're not learning it. It just grew too fast for the people in the industry to be able to handle. And then you saw like people trying, which was cool. Like, you know, you see, I'm going to apprentice a bunch of people. You see, I'm going to open a school. I'm going to do seminars. Like, I'm going to do YouTube online, and some of it, like it was cool to see people trying to do something, but a lot of it, I was like, I don't think that's the best idea. I don't think that's the best idea. But seminars looked good.
Yeah.
I think school could be done in the right way, but it hasn't been.
Yeah, it hasn't been at all. I know there's places in the country you have to go to school with tattoo.
Sure.
Portland area.
But it's nice to see the focus kind of being on that, because like, oh, if the industry is going to grow like this, like, can we at least show people like how to do it the correct way?
Yeah.
And I think seminars, even though it's kind of like a short form, it helps like kind of keep people in check.
Yeah, it's for us. We wanted to not teach how to tattoo, of course, but just like what you do, what makes you you, and how people can apply that to them. But not they're gonna tattoo like John Nelson. You know, they're gonna tattoo like themselves, but they can take ideas from you, ideas from me, and just take it off. That's how I approach stuff. So I'm trying to think how I want to learn from people and how I can make that and scale up into a bigger issue.
Yeah.
Have you seen anybody else talk about merch marketing since you've been doing it?
I haven't.
You're still looking first?
Yeah.
Heck,
I mean, I'm not even a professional. I'm just speaking what I do and what's been successful at it.
Yeah, but it's been working. Yeah, exactly.
I enjoyed it a lot. And I think that's what separates a lot of people is when you have passion to it. So,
thank you guys for watching the Unemployable podcast. Squire, thank you so much for being here, man. It was an absolute pleasure. I wish I had your life. John, thank you for being here. And we'll see you guys next week.
Guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. I know we joke around a lot and get wild on some topics. But one topic I take very serious is addiction. If you or anyone you know is struggling, don't be afraid to reach out and get the help you need.